Thank you, Leora. Thank you all so much for having us here today. Hello to all of the amazing explorers in the audience and everybody watching on live stream. This is my favorite work trip of the year. I get to tell everyone that I have to go on a business trip, and then I post all my photos, and they say, I thought you were working. I said, I am. I have one of the greatest jobs in the world until I come here and watch all the things you do, and then I get job envy. So it has been so inspiring the last couple of days, and we all know there's a lot of things going on in the world that we don't really like to turn on the news to watch, but being here is what gives us our hope back, right? It's hope that we'll be able to make the world a better place, hope that our young people will be inspired to make change, and hope that we might actually leave this earth that we are borrowing from our children in a little better place than we found it. But we know that hope doesn't come easy, and it doesn't come without visionary, committed leaders and explorers like all of you here today and watching on live stream. Speaking of visionary, I did want to take a minute to introduce Lyda Hill, who some of you know, but many of you have not met. She is the namesake of our foundation and a visionary leader. We invest in game-changing advances in nature and science. If you have met Lyda when you've been here one of these years, you would know that she is a tremendous force for good. But if you haven't, I wanted to give you an opportunity to meet her.
Good morning to all of you at the National Geographic Explorers Festival. I'm so sorry not to be with you because this is one of my favorite times of the year. I enjoy it so much, getting to see all the new science and learning what National Geographic has to offer to us. I love science. I really believe that science is the answer to the world's most pressing problems. However, I know when you're working together with diverse groups that you come up with better solutions, whether it's around a conference table, in the lab, or maybe it's in a cave. Bringing together people that have experience, that have perspectives, and have been in the field can help come up with a better solution to the problems. I want to thank National Geographic, all of the explorers here, and all of their staff, everybody who's working to make the world a better place. I'm thrilled to be a partner with you.
And if everybody wants to turn around and wave and say, hi, Lyda. She's watching on live stream right now, and we wish she were here. So I spoke earlier about hope. It's a critical part of inspiring the next generation. They have to truly believe that they too can make the world a better place, which we've heard so many times over the last couple days. But we also know that hope is actually not a strategy. Investing in the thought leaders of today to inspire those who will come next is a strategy. After all, if you can't see it, you can't be it. And while we need to support everyone here, with the release earlier this week of the National Academies of Science study of women's challenges in the workplace and the early results of our recently completed study with the Gina Davis Institute on gender in the media, looking at how women in science are portrayed, or really not portrayed, in the media, we are convinced that there is no better time to focus on elevating our women leaders to ensure that they each have the tools they need to make the discoveries that will save our planet and tell the stories of their work so that little girls and kids everywhere have hope that they too can change the world. We know that if you show a little girl what Sarah Parcak or Marina Elliott or Sylvia Earle or Asha DeVos or Jess Cramp or Jedediah Eisler, we can keep going, have accomplished, then she knows that she too can change the world. As you all know, there are a tremendous number of women in the field every day, women who are at the front lines of scientific breakthroughs and innovation, and we at the Lyda Hill Foundation want to supercharge them to explore more and tell their stories more broadly. To all the women explorers and team members here today, please stand for a moment so we can recognize you. This gift we're about to announce is for you. If you all could stand for a minute so we can admire you and your work. I have two little girls at home, and it makes me a little teary looking at you all and the amazing work you're doing and knowing that they're able to look up to you. So that more little girls everywhere can continue to look up to you, we are here to make a very exciting announcement. We wanted to announce that we are making a $1 million grant. to make sure that National Geographic women explorers everywhere have the opportunity that they need to make sure that they can change the world. The program, the best news is the program's launching in just a couple of weeks. So it's going to establish a new fund for women explorers to access capital. We'll provide the funds you need to increase your visibility in the media and among the public, gain access to critical professional development, assist with family care, and support your inclusion at key events. With these funds, we hope to support over 60 women explorers with grants of up to $10K each and up to 6 explorer grants and at least 1 new fellow grant. Oh, and because we know everyone, men and women, need help with dependent care when you're at conferences or in the field, we are also providing a separate dedicated fund for dependent care because we know that sometimes the babysitter is actually the most critical part of your field team. No one should have to make the choice about how to spend their funds when they're leaving their loved ones at home or going into the field. And by the way, not everybody is fortunate enough to have a son old enough to go into the field with him and discover maybe the most important discovery of his life, Lee Berger. But we do hope some of your little girls will follow in his footsteps. So let me put it this way, this fund will account for something like 5,000 hours of babysitting. So we know that this isn't enough to do everything we all want to do to save the world, but we do like to provide the catalytic capital, and we hope that others watching and here today will join us in these efforts. In fact, keep your eyes open for many more exciting announcements from the Lyda Hill Foundation about women in science in the coming months. This is just the beginning. So because it's so rare to have all the women explorers in one place, we would like to ask you all at the break. We're going to go through some more exciting programming, but please join us on the stage at the break so we can take a photograph. And so together, we're so thrilled that we're here today. We can all lift up the next generation of world changers, encouraging them to take risks, explore the world, and build a better future. Let's make sure every girl knows that if we support her, then she can change the world.